Good morning, traders. God bless. Good morning to everyone on YouTube and Discord. And to everyone that's new, thank you for joining us this morning as we wait on stock picks to come our direction. We don't go searching for stocks. They come to us. You'll see them right here in this list. If you're new here, we'll be watching this volume spike column for any spikes that start occurring. That would be in the bullish column. In the Momo column, it's looking back 30 minutes for any stocks that may be moving. If they're moving a little bit, you'll see a low number. If they're moving a lot, you'll see a higher number. I saw this one moving this morning. It might be a good play. Market open. It was moving yesterday, was one of yesterday's plays. Don't think it gave us an opportunity to get in yesterday, but today it seems to be moving a lot more. And it looks like I lost the live stream. Let me get you back online here. I don't know what happened. Well, it looks like a reboot. Let me get this done before the market opens. Well, that wasn't a good start. YouTube booted us. Let me get Discord going. Be right there, YouTube. Y'all watch your own screens. I'm trying to get going on the, got to get it all going, not just YouTube. Well, it's not letting me get the stream going on Discord. Be patient, trying to figure out what's going on with Discord. I think it was Discord that booted me. It's not giving me the share screen. Well, everyone on Discord, you're going to have to come over to YouTube. I don't know what the error is. I can't waste a whole lot of time on this. I'll keep trying to figure it out. If you see it come on, you can switch back over. Join us over on YouTube. Couple more seconds here, trying to get everybody situated. All right, probably missed the grand opening. Sorry about that. Sometimes YouTube gives us trouble. Sometimes Discord now giving us trouble. I don't know what the issue is. I don't have time to mess with it. I'm going to focus here on Discord. On YouTube. Everybody from Discord's been invited over here. So we have INAB moving this morning. I missed it because of an error, but that's fine. Maybe you caught it still. Like I was saying, thank you for joining us this morning. If you're new here, we're watching this volume spike column. We're also watching this momentum column here. If any stocks are moving, they're going to get a low score on the Momo column. If they're moving a lot, they're going to get a higher score. Just like this INAB is moving, and we got a 7.84% bullish. And God bless everyone this morning. Thank you for joining us. If you're new here, we're watching this volume spike column for any spikes that happen within these numbers over here on the Momo side. This script is finding the stocks that are moving. This one's letting us know when they're spiking, and then we take them over to chart to make an entry. We could have had an entry here this morning if I hadn't crashed, but I can't control the crashes. It's either YouTube. This morning it's Discord. Hopefully we'll push through it just like normal. So we've already had one pullback here. Would have been a nice play. Hopefully some of you caught it. Could have picked up about 20 cents on this one. Maybe we'll get another one. We'll see. If you're new here, about 6:30, I'll do a walkthrough. I'll introduce myself, tell you what we got going on. And we have a lot going on, and it's good what we got going on. It's been working for us for a few months now, around 5 or 6. Sometimes we have some good days with some good stocks. Sometimes the market doesn't allow us to have some good stocks. But we know the ones that are moving, they just don't move enough to take a chance on making a play on them. Thank you, Boonski. I didn't even know we were over 4K. But that's good. We've been having quite a few people join us. On the weekends, it's about 80 to 120. And during the week, it's about 30 a day, 30 to 40 a day. I think they're all discovering that we got something going on over here and it might be worth their time. Lots of good compliments everywhere. CCCC moving now. $1.53. So we don't chase green candles, we wait on pullbacks. This is not a pullback. This is a I'm trying to get started kind of price. Then other people jump in and here's a pullback. I don't know if it's going to get another pullback. So I'm going to set a resistance line here. When this red candle closes, I'll set a support level. And that's providing they pull it back far enough. If the red candle doesn't come back far enough, more buyers are coming in and they're going to drive it up even higher. And that's what's taking place now. Since we didn't get a pullback, we're going to wait for the price to come up, back around and retest this $1.53 for the next run up. If we don't get this retest of the $1.53, it's not a play. Unless you want to chase green candles and gamble at how high it's going to go, and I don't trade that way. We are going to get the retest of $1.53. Let's see if we can get a bounce here. Your entry is always going to be here on support. Once the price breaks through support, comes back down and retests that level, it becomes support. So we're going back up now for the first run. Continuation of the first run. Never got a strong pullback yet. Watching these volume lines down here, these are not moving averages. These are actual volume. These are the buyers. These are the sellers. You can see the buyers have outnumbered the sellers. Stock is kind of weak. If you did get in down here, you may want to consider taking your profit. We're laying flat over here on the buyer side. Could just be a couple of profit takers before the continuation up. Always remember we cut our losses short. If it goes south on you, just get out. Don't let it take all your money away. Don't risk it. There's always another play. Coming back down to retest $1.53 again. So hopefully that's a pullback and a recovery. Doesn't look like it though. It's still battling between the sellers and the buyers. Looks like another continuation up. Getting a spike arrow here. It's a weak one. So if you're in the green, I would get out of this stock at this time. The buyers are fading away. Or if you hang on to it, that's fine too. You're not in the hole. And here come more buyers. But they're struggling. We got wicks on the top. These are sellers driving it back down. It's probably people getting out because the stock is weak. Still moving up. Be careful if you're hanging on. It's very slow to crawl up there. Does seem to be pretty strong now. We're looking at these green lines. It's starting to angle back up for more buyers coming in. Good job, back road. I'm still messing with charts over here. I have to get everything back in order. Once I have to reboot like that, it takes me about 15 minutes. I'm almost done. Throws everything out of order, of course. Windows is not very good at remembering window positions. I'm figuring that out as well. CCCC looking good. The strength is pretty good. The stock is holding its price. It's not selling off, just a few profit takers every now and then. Still rising. All right, looks like Discord's coming back up. Back on Discord. That is correct. The first thing we're looking for is a volume spike here. It'll actually pop up here at the top. You don't have to worry about looking down the list. We're watching two scans. This one is a pre-market scan. This one is just a regular stock scan. No filters or anything on this one. So we'll be watching these percentages. If they take off here or if they take off up here, we'll be clicking on them. They find stocks like this for us every morning. We don't have to go looking for them. If they're going to move, they're going to show up in this column. Nice strong stock here this morning, CCCC. It's a cheaper stock, but it looks like it has a lot of buyer interest, so it's working good for us. OT, you have to get out and get back in, I believe. Let's let things calm down a little bit. At 6:30, I'll do a walkthrough for everyone who's new. I'll walk through all of the indicators, what you see on the screen, what you see down here, what's with the labels. I'll walk through all of it. Let's see what this stock's going to do. Kind of makes me upset I didn't get a play on it. I had to get everything going right at the bell. Kind of upsetting when you get up at 5:15 and you get everything ready for 6 o'clock and you get a crash at 2 minutes till. I think it was caused by Discord because I could not get back into Discord. I couldn't get the stream going. INAB. It's not a pullback, it's a sell-off. The pullback is just 2 or 3 bars coming back down when the stock is in an upward trend. If you have multiple red bars and the stock price keeps declining, they're selling it off. CCCC still rising here. Hopefully you guys got a play on it while I was trying to get rebooted because there's nice profits in this stock. Still going, not giving me a pullback. I was going to try to take an entry, but I'm not going to chase a green candle. The moment I do, it'll come down and every one of you will lose money. That's how that works out. So I'm not going to chase the green candles. If we get a pullback, I still will have to think about it if I want to get in or not. It's already extended, it looks like to me. But we've seen stocks like this go up very high. Having a slight profit takers here. Good job, Dusty. Good job, G-Mac. Take your profits if you're in profit. Don't try to Get everything out. Don't try to milk it, in other words. If you're in decent profit, then take your decent profit. Don't be greedy. Good job, back road. Good job, skits. Glad you guys kept moving forward when we got a crash on the computer, or else you would have lost money if you were waiting on me. That's why you trade off of your screen, never off of mine, because stuff like that can happen. The internet's not that reliable. It may be coming up in technology, but it still crashes. You can always get back in, Dusty. Lock those profits in. You know, if you don't lock them in, you don't get them, right? You never know if this is going to continue downward. That's not a real strong pullback. The buyers are really strong on this stock. They may drive it up even more. You can see the volume here. These are buyer volume. It's really high. It's still angled upwards. The sellers gave up. They're not going to take it any longer. They're going to let the buyers take it. You see this red line turning upwards. That's the sellers coming in. I think it's running out of steam. And it looks like it's peaked, but that doesn't mean it's over. We'll keep watching it through pre-market. It may get another burst of energy and run up some more. Still got a nice angle on the buyer side on the volume. So you see this stock is not selling off. They just quit buying it, but it's holding this price level. That's always a good sign for another run up. It's consolidating or squeezing or channeling, whichever word you want to use right here. When they just start going horizontal, it's channeling or squeezing. I'm liking that the sellers are way down here at the bottom. Good job, Domingo. That's correct. Nobody knows. It's already at its extended price. But really, what does extended mean? It means everybody was buying it. It doesn't mean it's overextended, but it is extended at this point. Other people could find it and drive it up even more. Usually we find them first. They pop up on our screen and we get that first initial pop, like right here. Then a couple of profit takers come in before all of the other people see it's moving, and then we ride the price right on up to the top. And we do that every time we get a good stock play. Easy pre-market money. All right, seems to calm down now. I am Ricky Gaspard. I'm a guy who trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I'm also a ThinkScript coder for the last 15 years, and I write my own scripts. I got tired of moving averages, relying on what happened in the past to make a stock play. And I figured out a way to do this live so we could watch it live and make our plays as the price is moving, not after it's already moving. So I figured out a way to convert volume into negative volume and positive volume. It's not actually buyers and sellers. So when the volume's increasing and the price is rising, I call that positive volume. And when the volume is increasing and the price is falling, I call it negative. And you can pretty much sort it and call it buyers and sellers, even though it's not. It's pretty much the same thing. So when this spike column takes off, that tells me it's either bullish or bearish. Like you've seen on this stock here, it was bullish, just like this emblem down here. Once it's bullish, we click on it. We come over here to this chart. This is a pullback strategy that I created. This is the 5 EMA and the 13 EMA. So once we get a spike over here, we confirm that we have a crossover. These are spike arrows. So as long as the buyers are coming in, you're going to get these green arrows on the bottom. When they start getting weak, you'll get the red arrows on the top. So this is just confirmation of more volume of buyers coming in. This label up here, you'll see a bullish and bearish label that pops in every now and then. It's monitoring this one candle if it's bullish or bearish. We don't care about the rest, just the current one. When we see the spike, we immediately go here to the current bar volume, which would be that same candle. And if there's a lot of volume coming in, that's when we know we're safe to get in and get out as quickly as we can. Down here, you'll see bullish, sellers and buyers. This is an indicator from the overall volume of the stock. So we're watching the total volume here and determining if there's more buyers or more sellers within that volume. So I converted this over here because we couldn't remember over a long period of time, were there more buyers or more sellers? So I converted it over to a line volume. So these are volume bars, not moving averages. So down here is low volume, up here is high volume. So when the buyers start buying and they had no volume at first, and that's indicated back here, as the volume increases, it lets us know if it's buyer volume or seller volume. So the buyer volume line took off as the price was rising. And we're currently here just laying flat, and the sellers are down here. So this is a good history of the volume, the total volume, but we can also watch the current volume right on the end of these lines. So never trade off of my screen. As you can see this morning, sometimes things happen. It hasn't happened for a while. I was really shocked when it did this morning, but we did crash on the Discord side. So make sure you get set up like this on your own computer. Always trade off your own computer so that you don't get caught in my crash while you're in a trade. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I have lots of videos over there from when we first started. That's a link to our YouTube. Watch the videos and you'll see the growth of all of these indicators as I launched them on YouTube. Comment on the videos, like the videos. I give all of this information and these indicators away. I'm helping struggling traders that haven't been able to make some money in the market because it's been pretty difficult for the last 3 years. So below each video on YouTube, you'll find a link to our Discord. Join our Discord where you'll find all of these indicators. You'll find over almost 2,500 or 2,600 traders. Most of them are using some, if not all, of the indicators, and this stock is moving again like I predicted. I'm watching it as well. And you'll find these scripts over in Current Setup on Discord. If you're unfamiliar with Discord, head on over to the Start Here, and it will instruct you step by step what to do, where to start, how to get these indicators. If you don't know how to install indicators or scripts, watch our how-to videos. I've made a video on just about everything we have to tell you how to install it. If you still have issues after that, visit our support department and leave us a question. We're a community effort here. If I can't get to your question, everybody that has knowledge on Discord will try to help you. Visit our trading channels. We have the Trading Floor with Gregster and River Place Dad doing their due diligence on stocks, and they post stock picks throughout the day whenever one looks good to them. You can join them in posting those stock picks once you learn and maybe post a few of your own. I even sit there with them at times and post some of mine. Visit our Options Trader channel where we have Bobby running the options department over there. He's very good at options. If you want to learn, reach out to him and say hello. Bobby also holds a live stream like I do when he has enough participants to take you a little bit deeper into options if you're interested. Thank you for joining us this morning. As we wait on the next stock pick to happen, we'll be watching this volume spike column, and we'll be watching this one down here as well. Good morning, Jimmy. Awesome Zone. We do have a futures channel over on Discord. There is a few guys in there doing futures. Enjoy your coffee. That's what we do here every morning. This is not a stressful type trading situation. We just sit here, sip coffee, wait on these spike indicators to take off. If there's anything moving in pre-market, we're usually the first to know. And you'll realize that once you join us a few mornings in a row, that we always try to get a good play. But that all depends on the market. If the market is bad that day, we may not get a play and we save our money for tomorrow. And sometimes we run into stocks like this and glad that we have that extra cash on hand. This was a good run this morning from about $1.42 up to $2.05. You probably couldn't have got it all, but if you got 15, 20, or 30 cents out of it, you did really good. Good job, G-Mac. If you're new here, I want you to know some of these other subscribers are not that old either. They've been here maybe a month or two, and they're already into the profits. If you watch me every morning, I go over this same system. We never change. Every day I go over it and over it until it sinks into your brain. And all of a sudden that bell goes off and you say, I got this. And you start making money. If you're a new trader, don't just jump into these stocks if you don't know what you're doing. Don't trust anybody's indicators, not even mine. I make it look really good, and yes, they do work, but you have to know what you're doing. It's not simple to do this. You still need to know what candles are, moving averages are, support and resistance levels. So make sure you do your homework before you start trading. Always trade on paper if you're starting out. Even if you're just writing down on a piece of notepad that says, I would have entered here and I would have got out here. Once you become profitable on paper, then start with small share size. And if you continue to be profitable, just up your share size a little bit each time. And before you know it, you'll be a professional trader, I promise you. Everyone here is a professional trader. They just don't know it yet until they learn the system. So we're changing everybody's thoughts about the market. Even if it's a bad market, we're still picking out the winners. Good job, Installer Pro. I know day trading had a bad rap for a long time, but if you have discipline and only play the stocks that are worthy of playing, you don't have to make 10 or 20 or 50 trades a day. You can actually make one or two and make more than you do working somewhere at the end of the week. It doesn't happen every day, but it does happen a couple times a week. So the best thing to do is join us in the mornings, learn what we do here. You see the results right there on your screen. I'm not promising you the world. I'm just promising you a good strategy. Keep that in mind. Even I... You're losing video right now. Does everyone have video? Does everyone have sound? All right, I guess we got the demons on us this morning. Kind of hate it because I love Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays for trading. We don't need the interference. Since we don't have a stock play right now, I'm going to disconnect and connect. It only takes a second, so bear with me. All right, coming back up. Hopefully that'll help. We should be back online now. Thank you, Gordon. I don't know what's with these bugs, man. With this Schwab migration thing, and now YouTube's been having bugs for about a couple months. This morning, I think Discord crashed me because I could not get reconnected to Discord. Thank you, Will. You have a blessed one too. I'm not having any disconnect issues on my side. It's got to be between me and YouTube somewhere. Maybe they got a server down. We'll keep pushing through. Maybe they'll get it right here in a minute. Keep in mind, YouTube's losing revenue also when this happens, so they're going to fix it. GMAC, they are. You may have a couple of reloads to do, but they are working. Don't worry about backing up. If you're migrating over, you can always just go back to Discord and pull them off of the TOS scans and scripts area. So you don't have to back everything up. Maybe just your setup. And that should be saved on Schwab servers and not on your computer. Good job, Jimmy. I'll see you over there one day, I'm sure. If you have any questions, just go to support, leave a message. Catch up as long as it has volume, these indicators work. They're all volume based and live indicators. They do not work when the market is closed. Some of them work over on demand, but that's if on demand works. That's not really a good system either. On demand has its bugs. You can't use any scans in on demand, but you might get this indicator to work or this one. What's good about this setup is it puts you on the stocks. There is no searching. If something's taking off, you're notified immediately in this column. If you want to know what's moving for the morning, it's in this column. These stocks are moving this morning. JL, it's just a different way to look at volume. Everybody was using the bars, and I kind of still like the bars that turn green and red, just like these lines are. But I find it easier to know who is ahead as far as buyers and sellers by watching these lines. I really only need to know the current volume bar volume if I want to enter or exit. If this volume is really flowing like it is now, that's when you make your decision to get in or out. If the volume pauses in this current bar and it just gets a couple of hundred shares at a time, then we can stay out of it. You're not going to get this kind of information out of the volume bars. That's why I prefer these labels that I wrote, these indicators, and these line indicators on volume. I can break volume down a lot further than just the bars. This is volume broke down over here as well. This is volume broke down over here as well. This is volume up here. It's not currently showing. So when you're scalping, you like to know if there's more buyers and sellers. That's the name of the game, not what it did in the past, hoping that it will repeat it in the future. You need to know what's happening current, like right now. If not, you're going to miss most of the money and miss the play or be late on the play. So we don't use the bars, we use the labels, and we use the indicators. You're welcome, Domingo. Daniel, I don't know, maybe it's the refresh, because in ThinkorSwim, we don't all refresh at the same time. These scans are delayed 5 minutes. Once they refresh, we monitor them live, but your computer may refresh before mine or mine before yours, and therefore we could end up with different stocks in different locations. Down here, I'm sorted by volume spike. Maybe that's the difference you're looking at. Up here, I'm sorted by Momo, which is momentum. This indicator here, we play a lot of pullbacks. So you'll see the word up if this stock is pulling back and you get a green candle for the next move up. So this indicator will fire when you see some red candles come in and then you get another green one indicating the stock may go up further. That's what this up word is. So if you get the word up and the stock stops trading, it may get stuck here in the column even though it's not moving at all. It may say up, but there's no volume, so it's kind of waiting on the next set of volume to come in, buyers or sellers. If they don't come in, it'll just be frozen here, but it'll disappear shortly. So there is a difference between a pullback and people taking profit and getting tired of waiting. That's probably what's here. They've already missed the play. So they get in this area and it's not rising anymore and they start slowly pulling out. So this is not a pullback. The pullback would be if it's running up strong and it pulls back a few candles and runs up even more. This is not even a pullback. This is consolidation right here. So the real play on this stock was from here to here, from this area here. The rest of it, people coming in late, buying it up, bringing it up a little more. Now they're getting tired of waiting. You can see the buyer volume is slacking off now. I can show you that swing indicator. I did hand it out to a few people yesterday to help me test it so we can try to get it out there soon. So the swing indicator triggered over in way early this morning before our market even opened. And it went up to here, did not take you out. It gave another arrow for the next run up. And it gave an arrow to get out right here. Good job, Alfredo. So you can see down here, I saw this percentage change and it fired right on the first green candle to let me know it's moving. You can watch these numbers move. There's another one moving. So you'll know right away once you get set up what's moving next. What this column does is it saves you a lot of money. You don't have to pay for a scanner service that's calling one stock out at a time to you. We get multiple choice over here. We're watching everything that moves, not the one stock that's moving. A lot of people have canceled their subscription service. Even I did. Save that $800 a year. Because we don't need it anymore. Thank you, Daniel. All credit goes to the man upstairs. I was stuck on this indicator for so long. Finally, the answer came. I saw a big spike right here. Cheaper stock, 60 cents. That's bearish. We got the first initial candle. We were notified immediately if you saw that flash up here at 25%. Let's see if the buyers come back into this one. You have to be careful of pump and dumps because they do happen. So we don't just jump in every time we see a green flash in front of our eyes. I'm waiting on this candle to close. It looks like it's already selling off. It could be a pump. Yeah, that one was a trickery. That was a bull trap, if you ask me. Maybe some other stock picking forum somewhere says, okay, let's try to get our money back. Let's pump this one up and get out when they get in. Thank you, Gio. I love doing this. I don't have to prove anything to you. I just have to describe what's going on. The indicators themselves will do what they need to do for you. They prove themselves without me having to say, hey, this works. They truly are a blessing. Lots of green moving down here. I do have, let's see what we got going on here. I saw this number right here rising up. Not much volume. I'm watching this current candle. You go from this column to this bar. We want to make sure that there's a lot of volume coming in. Right now we can see sellers over the buyers. Yeah, it looks like it has never traded before, maybe. I can remember the day where they told me I would never be able to do this. You can't program live data in ThinkorSwim. Well, I made a liar out of them, and that's a blessing, right? So we are getting some buyers coming in. We now have more buyers than sellers on this stock. Volume is really pouring in now. Kind of a risk play here when they don't ever trade, and then all of a sudden they're trading this morning. Maybe it's an IPO got released. I don't know. Candle Therapeutics announces that the FDA granted fast track designation for its leading investigational, some words I don't know, virus, whatever. We are moving up slightly. This is how fast we get put on these stocks that move. We're there instantly as long as you're paying attention and watching these columns. You will know immediately. Sometimes I get to talking, so don't count on me to click on them. Make sure you get set up. I get to talking and miss them sometimes. You can ask anybody in this room. That happens quite often. If you're wondering how I got all the green down here, I don't know if you noticed last week, I broke down this indicator into two separate columns. You can either load the bullish side or the bearish side. You can actually put them side by side and sort by one or the other. I think that would be beneficial. That's why I broke it down into two indicators. And this one, I've only loaded the bullish side because I don't care what's going down this morning. I only care about what's going up. And then I sorted it by bullish. So I don't have to deal with the red bearish in here anymore. Lots of green coming in on the all stocks. But the percentages are not rising, so they're just kind of waking up, getting past that 7 o'clock hour. Gregor, my Spanish is getting better and better. I'm learning more about taco, enchilada, chalupa, tamale. Yep, that's my Spanish vocabulary. All right, we got one moving here a little bit. VIRX. If you were paying attention, right here, we see the volume spike moving. That 54 cents, it looks like it's already tried. This must be that pump stock we saw earlier. Maybe somebody got faked out and they think it was a real mover. So don't fall for it. We remember this one. Looks like CCCC has done its duty. It's sitting down here with nothing spiking. Reached its peak for now. Couple of buyers on NKLA. The volume is kind of dormant, so it's not a trade. You can see I clicked on that stock down here and it climbed up the list to the top. And it dropped down all the way to the bottom. Man, I was hoping Mara would come down. It was looking like a downwards movement. Take a look at it real quick. If you're new here, we've been watching Mara for months. This stock gives you a good 50 cents a day, sometimes $1. Let's look at it on a 15-minute chart. So it did come down yesterday, like I said. I was hoping it would keep coming down. I'd like to see it down in the $12 range for a play back up to 15. But it's been pretty strong lately. It's up one day, down the next, up one day and down the next. Looks like RNLX was another pump this morning. Constantly focusing on these percentages. That's what you need to do. Always focus on these percentages. Up here, pretty much they're going to pop up to the top when they're moving. That's the spammers, the pump and dump. I don't know where I got spammers from. Maybe I'm just tired of fighting it on Discord. Daniel, are you set up for pre-market? There is a way to set up for pre-market, or you will not be able to trade pre-market. I do have a pre-market video over in the how-to videos on Discord on how to set up for pre-market so you can trade. Daniel, I'm only monitoring from 25 cents at the lowest price, and I have an unlimited price at the top, so any stock can pop in here if it's moving. Sometimes we have Tesla, AMD, all of them are up here if they have good news in the morning. It's not that we're just scanning for pennies. We're scanning the entire market for anything that moves. Daniel, you'll also discover that I don't even remember symbols. I'm so focused on numbers only and what's moving. Sometimes I don't even know the company I'm buying. I'm just buying the movement of the stock. I don't really care who they are as long as their price is moving and I can get a piece of it. Yeah, you have to have EXT selected on TIF. That'll keep you from buying. And I use the buy the ask, sell the bid button. I also have auto send selected so that when I click the buy the ask button, I'm instantly in. And if I sell it, I'm instantly out. That's what auto send does. It eliminates that confirmation of your trade and just puts you in the stock. So if you haven't watched that pre-market video, it's very important if you're going to scalp stocks to be in and out quickly. No sound on Discord. You should have sound on Discord. So if you don't have sound on Discord, maybe you should have YouTube running in the background. You can hear me over on YouTube. I can't reboot at the moment. So CADL, this is the one that was not trading prior to this candle. I don't know what's going on with Discord. Maybe they're having server issues. I'm showing that I'm streaming on Discord. I'm showing that I have audio. So if you're having issues with Discord, head on over to YouTube. That's my best advice. I'm showing nothing's wrong on my end. And it was Discord that booted me, so I'm going to say they're having issues this morning. GMAC, I'm working on it. That's not an easy thing to do. I don't know anything about Pine Script, so I'm teaching myself. I did run into some resources last night that may help me get it done a little quicker. Hopefully I'll get all the Pine Script done in the next week or so, and we can get all the Pine Script members over here. I think Discord's having server issues in certain areas. It may be knocking some people off, but yet some people still have Discord. I'm going to leave it running. I'm not going to shut it down. I'm not going to try to reboot it. It's out of my control. Coming up on 7:30 in about 8 minutes or 9 minutes. We have had news come out at 7:30. It's rare, but it can happen, so watch the clock for 7:30. This one's not making much progress. So while nothing's happening, I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers. We don't charge anything for any of this information, but if it does you some good and you feel like you want to pay it forward, join our Patreon. Help me keep this thing rolling so everybody can join us for free. They can get all the information for free. The money is to help keep things going. It's not free to do this. It's not free to waste time on indicators. It's not free anywhere for me to do this. I'm doing it to reach out to those who are struggling in trading, those who want to learn a simple strategy. And it's working out very well. So if you want to pay it forward, we do have a Patreon. It's strictly voluntary. You want to do a one-time donation, you can click the little $ down by the chat window on YouTube. Then hit Super Chat and you can name your price. Those donations always help to keep us going as well. And thank you very much for doing that. Yeah, it's downward. That's for sure. No spikes up here now. We're getting pretty quiet. Pre-market's calming down. Pre-market is best between 6 a.m. Central Time and 7:30. After 7:30, if nothing happens, it starts winding down. The SPY is moving up in pre-market. I guess we'll see when these reports come out how far up or down it goes. While it's slow, I'm going to go fill my coffee cup up. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. All right, I am back. Doesn't look like I missed anything. I'm watching the SPY. That'll tell me if the news was good or bad. Looks like the market has paused, waiting on this news. The SPY is inching its way up. Maybe it won't be so bad as news as we thought. Thank you, Galactic, for your donation. It's greatly appreciated, and God bless you. SPY is continuing to go up a little. Well, it's bumping up and then coming back down. I'll get you a fresh Discord link. We'll see if that helps you. But if they're having trouble, then they're probably not going to happen. Here's a new link. See if that'll let you get in there. The SPY is dropping back now. Seeing a lot of green down here fading away. ADTX is flying. Let's wait on a pullback here. Or maybe they were buying it thinking it was going to be good news, and the SPY is rocketing. It must be okay news. This is probably a safe play here, but let's wait on a pullback. We should get one. There we go. There's a pullback. We need this candle to close. Watching buyers and sellers down here. Looks like the buyers are going to outnumber the sellers. It may run up from here. Yep, it's going to pop, and it did. You'd have had to been quick on this one. We didn't get much of a pullback. That's how fast it happens. You have to be ready to pull that trigger when you see this kind of stuff happening. This is called scalping. Whenever we see we're waiting on a pullback and it doesn't happen, you're almost guaranteed the buyers are fixing to come back in. So no pullbacks yet this morning, just a bunch of buyers coming on. I'm going to remove that line. Maybe we'll get a pullback here in this area. I'd like to see it pull back, and the red candle needs to close down is what needs to happen. We may get it on this pull. If it doesn't sell off. So this is resistance. The next level I'm going to put in here is going to be support. Support is also your entry if you see a green candle coming in. Looks like the buyers are pushing it back up. So that candle did not close on a pullback. It's minimal. Got to wait on this next candle. They're still selling off. See, the SPY has went red. That may be holding this stock back. Would be a nice bounce if we can get one out of it. It'd be about the 515 area back up to 6. Need this candle to close. That candle did close. I'm going to throw a support level here. We should bounce right back up to $6. Still trying. There we go. That would be a profit right there. That was a good 40-cent gain. SPY's going down, but this pick is going up. There it is. It hit that 585. If you're in the profit, that's where you take it. That's a beautiful pullback. That's what we try to do every morning. Good job, Robert. This is what you need to learn how to do every morning when you come here. You'll watch me do these pullbacks over and over and over every time we get one. And 80 to 90% of the time, they bounce right back up to the high. That would be the high of the body. I don't use the high of the wick. So you'd have got in down here somewhere, made as much as you can. When it hits that level, you get out, and there's your profit. That was a good spread right there between those two lines. Patience is key. I noticed a weakness in this candle, so we did not set the support level, and it did pull back down a little more right where we like it. And I set the support level for the bounce right back up. So this was our 7:30 play. It's now 7:37, 7:38. So the next play on this stock, if we get one, it's going to break through 585. We want it to turn around and come back down and test 585 as support for the next bounce up. Never chase green candles. Always wait for the pullbacks. You want to buy the red one, or actually the green one after the red one. If you chase this right now, it could just drop. We want to avoid that drop. Nice run up. And if you like chasing green candles, that's on you. I've learned my lesson a long time ago. Good job, back road bound. At least you did not get out in the red. Any profit is profit. Any green is a good trade. See you later, back road bound. Have a blessed one out there. I'm not picking up on an echo. Maybe you just got a bad connection. Stock is continuing to go. Buyers on board. You can see that evidence down here. Good morning, Mike. Still going strong on ADTX. Good job, Chad. Good morning, Peter. Good job, N4. Good morning, AC. Not so bad a morning this morning. Was dead yesterday, but we made up for it today. Nice, strong buyer volume. Good job, Sonia. Just remember, if you made something, you actually saw it happening. You're getting there. You're getting close. You got to trust these pullbacks. That's what the whole thing is about. I can mark out the entries for you, but I'm not going to tell you when to get out. I will suggest that I would take profits here, but I'm not going to say get out or buy. You'll never hear that from me. I'm going to show you where the entries are. It's up to you to take your profits when you can. Old Thumb, I'll put you on my prayer list, bud. And for sometimes it can be 2 or 3 candles. I try not to go over 3. because over 3 tells me they may continue to sell off. So you seen me here, once this green candle stopped rising and started reversing, I threw a resistance line because it ran into resistance here. Then this candle started pulling back, and it pulled all the way back up to here, but the buyers came in and drove it up. So I did not trust that as a pullback. So we waited on the second red candle, and it closed here, and I marked a level for the bounce back up to 6 or 585. So you can have 1 candle or 2 candles, maybe even 3. I don't think I would push it past 3 red candles down. You want profit takers. You don't want to sell off in the stock. You want to join in after those profit takers pull out. Galactic, you need to go watch our pre-market video and how-to videos on Discord. It'll teach you how to trade this time of day. Our market actually opens at 6 a.m. Central Time. It's pre-market. But if you're not set up to trade it, you can't trade it. So this is not a pullback. This is consolidation. The stock has already reached its peak. So now we have some profit takers slowly getting out. That's what this is. And we have some buyers coming in as they're slowly getting out, which makes the stock price go sideways. It's called consolidating or channeling or squeezing, whichever word you want to use. Is anybody else getting an echo, or is it just N4? No echo N4. It must be your connection. Thank you guys for that information. So if you're new here at 8 o'clock, I take a 10-minute break. That's going to be the dead spot in the market between 8 and 8:15. There is a chance they could pump a stock up before market open, but beware, they will sell it off before the bell rings. So you can get a play here. Usually when I go fill my coffee cup back up at 8 o'clock, everything goes up, and when I come back, it all falls. You'll see that happen quite often. So while I'm gone, make sure you watch the volume spikes on your computer, and there may be a stock play while I'm gone. ADTX just making a bounce here. This is not an entry. Good job hanging in there, Hollywood. You don't have to follow my instructions. Once you learn this system, if I say take your profit and you see different, then go with you. Don't go with me. If you're willing to take the gamble, you can hang on. I'm just telling you the safest way to do it and to lock in profits. If you want to risk those profits and hang on, that's totally up to you. Just remember, we're coming up on 8 o'clock. May not go much further. See you later, Alfredo. Have a blessed day. Be safe out there. So don't forget to hit the like button on this live stream. If you like what you see, help me keep my rating in YouTube. Hit that like button for me. Helps me keep this thing going. Keep it for free for everybody. Let's make YouTube pay me. Help me keep the rankings. Hit the like button. William, on the 34, I use it because I'm scalping and I don't rely on a slower moving average to call the trend. The 34 is faster to respond. I could even use the 21 if I wanted to, but I want something to tell me immediately the direction of the trend. I don't want to look down at the 200 or the 100 and see a slight angle up. This is more responsive for scalping. So the 34 is basically my trend indicator. Good job, Flo. Thank you, William. The pleasure's all mine. I enjoy doing it just as much as you enjoy learning it. You got to remember, I'm instructing you, but I'm also keeping my brain fresh. I'm instructing myself by hearing myself repeat these words every day. If you don't think I'm annoying, just ask my wife. She tells me, you know, you're really loud. But it's okay. I'm sure you have a spouse too that's telling you to turn it down. We love them too. They just don't know what we're doing over here. I mean, what do you want out of a guy that can hardly hear and only sees through one eye? Thank you, Domingo. Greatly appreciate it, brother. This has been a great blessing for me to read all of the positive comments, to see my subscribers actually making money live, right in the chat. That should prove to everybody what we're doing here is a good thing. I'm here to bless you. You're here to receive the blessing. I'm not lucky imputed. I run on blessings. Luck runs out, blessings don't. Good job, G-Mac. Domingo, I always use the 1 minute. I do play the 5 minute after market open to eliminate some of the noise. But you could be right. You see your green candle, your green 5 minute candle here going up. They may pump this stock up a little bit before the bell rings, so keep your eye on it. There could be another play. This is not a pullback. This is consolidation. Keep that in mind. I'm not going to be marking out a pullback. And this is what I'm saying. They could sell it off before market open. Domingo, they work. It's just that I prefer 1 minute because I'm only going to be in for less than 5 minutes. I try to be in for a minute or less. I want that initial bounce with large share size, and I'm done. Good morning, Paul. This could be the one to watch at market open. We'll keep our eye on it. Looks like we may come back down to retest 585 once again. So this is our current resistance level up here. I just marked it at 724. I'm not going to call this support. It was only hit one time. This one's hit multiple times. This support level here was hit multiple times. We could get a bounce off of 585. If it breaks through, don't chance it. Not seeing a spike on CADL. This is telling us down. If the buyers come in, this green line will turn its nose back up. Keep in mind, this is buyer volume. It's not a moving average. So you're watching numbers here, not an average. This is somebody anticipating that bounce at 585. It needs to really come down and hit that 585. Right now, we're just bouncing up and down above it. Kenny, we run that dominator all day long, pre-market, market open. You can even play it after hours. After hours has not been that good lately. I think all of these indicators work best on 1 minute. They work good on 5 minute as well, but I think they're more accurate on 1 minute. All right, guys, I'm going to take a 10-minute break here. I've got things I've got to do for 10 minutes, and I shall return shortly. Keep your eye on the indicators, maybe even on ADTX. You may get another play out of it while I'm gone, and I'll return shortly. All right, I am back. I'm noticing they may pump this up before market open. Just be aware that they will sell it off before that bell rings if they do so. We do have spike arrows coming in. Not real strong. Look down here at these two lines. So it would be a very risk play to guess this at this point. And we don't want to guess. It's hard-earned money. We don't want to throw it away. The indicators need to reverse. The green needs to be above the red, or at least the green needs to turn its nose up. David, it should be only 2 to 5 second delay. It shouldn't be very high if it is. You can compare your second clock to my second clock, the seconds clock, and you can determine how much delay we have. So we're having a lot of issues this morning. They're not on my end. They're somewhere on the internet. I don't know where it is. Looks like they are pumping ADTX up. It's not a strong run up. The indicator lines down on Dominator are not showing a strong buy signal. Have a couple people saying no video and no audio. Is that affecting everybody, or does most of the people have video and audio? Let me know. It's really nothing I can do. I've been trying. Mark is good. Renee's good. James is good. It must be just some servers down between point A and point B. Kind of sucks that that's happening to us this morning on a good trading morning. Caused me to miss a good trade. That's never a good thing. I like to participate right along with you and make money so we're all happy. It means I got to hit it harder on the next one. So most of us are good. It looks like we're doing that 50% thing again. Half of us can't get anything, and the other half does. That should tell you right there it's not on my end, or everybody would be out. Well, my apology for the problems, but they're beyond my control. Looks like they don't want ADTX to die. They're keeping it up there. Definitely have a Discord issue. It actually took me out of YouTube as well this morning. I don't know how that would happen, but I lost everything. I only have one instance of Discord open. You can only open one instance at a time. So about 8:25 we'll set up for market open. I want to hang on to this pre-market scan in case they start pumping something up before the bell. Somebody must have forgot to say their prayers this morning. You jinxed us. See you later, AC. God bless you, brother. Have a nice one. I hear you, Mr. Rodriguez. I say my prayers before my feet hit the floor. I don't want to take any chances. So everybody on Discord, if you're having issues, you can join us over on YouTube. Just bring a breakfast burrito with you. Pass them out to everybody. Good morning, Soft. I'm showing 8:15. $8:16. What clock are you seeing, David? Or are you not talking about time? Or are you just wondering my time zone? I'm in Central, if that's what you're asking. Texas born and bred. That's me. Good morning, Janelle. Don't forget to hit the like button. Let's keep the ratings up on YouTube so more people can be reached and we can bring more people on board. Just remember, the more people that see the same stocks we see, the higher the price could go. That's not necessarily a true statement because sometimes we cannot move the market, but when we're playing pre-market, those odds are increased of us driving the price up a little higher. So the more people we have participating, the better the money. Keep that in mind. Bring your friends, bring your relatives. They don't know how to trade. They can learn right over here. Doesn't cost anything to learn. Everybody keeps talking CADL. I'm thinking it's going to be ADTX. Good job, Bob. That's how you do it. You save everything that's moving in pre-market so that you can determine which of the better are going to be the best play for market open. Good morning, Eric. So if you're new here, you're just popping in, you've never been here before, we always watch this volume spike indicator here. You can see an example of it down here on a different scan that I'm running. We wait for these percentages to start rising. We click on them and we immediately check the volume on the current candle bar. If it looks good, then we move over to the chart and see what's happening and make a decision if we want to buy or not. Come here each morning, you'll learn the same system over and over and over. We never change it. Perfect what's working. Don't go watching somebody else's videos. If you're trying to learn this system, you're just going to get confused. Stick with the same thing. If it's not working for you, you're doing something wrong. It's not the system. You're either picking the wrong stock or not following what you should be doing. But that all can be corrected with your participation in here every morning. Just keep watching what I do. Keep watching the money the other members are making. It'll let you know that it's working. They are getting ADTX right back up there to that 724. I am expecting it to pull back at just before the bell rings. Good job, Vaughn. Vaughn, you did better than me. I earned a reboot this morning. That's what I earned. Missed the best play of the morning from internet bugs. I'm going to refresh, connecting back. We are back. Vaughn, there's nothing I can do. I can't correct the issues. They're not on my side. They're over in current setup on Discord. If you follow steps 1 through 5, you should have everything that's on the screen. ADTX is in the perfect place where I like to see the price. We're bouncing off a resistance. It's better that we're bouncing off a resistance and trying to get a breakthrough than if we were down here bouncing off a support, because we could get a sell-off. Up here is better than down here at market open. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and change the scans over. We're going to put the 50-minute scan over here. So the only difference in this scan is it is now a market open scan, and we had the momentum indicator now looking back 50 minutes for any stocks that's been moving for the last 50 minutes. So we'll be waiting for volume spikes to pop up here. When the market opens, you want to concentrate on these top 2 or 3. See which one's best for you to make an entry on. It's really hard to call the volatility at market open. That's going to be on you. But if I see something that's obvious, I'll go ahead and mark the pullback, support and resistance levels on it. Maybe we can get a play together. Chances are we won't. So watch them on your own computer. Pick whichever one's best for you. Check them all. Check every one of them up here at the top 2 or 3. See which one works for you and take your chances. Don't chase green candles is the way I like to preach it. Wait for pullbacks. Or if you're brave and you don't care about the loss, you chase green candles. That's how that goes. Down here, I'm going to put the high flyer scan. It's a very powerful scan down here. So this scan is watching for stocks where the moving averages are stacked. So the 5 is above the 13 above the 21, the 21's above the 34, and the price is above the 5. That's these stocks. So when you see one fire up down here, it's pretty strong. They're going to be lower volume stocks. They won't be so volatile as the scan that's up here. So once this calms down, you may find a good play down here to just ride it up for a few dollars or cents, however it works out. You see, I changed scans and ADTX is still at the top. I'm thinking this is going to be the play at market open. The momentum number is higher than the rest of them. Make sure to change your trading chart off of EXT back to day or you will miss the trade. Eddie, I'm just looking for a high volume flow, no specific number. You don't want the volume pausing. You don't want to see 100 shares in a pause and then 200 shares in a pause. You want steady flow on this volume candle. Long as it's flying, and you probably won't have that issue at market open, it will be flying. Long as you have great volume, you can slip in and slip out without a problem. Got about a minute to go. Good luck to everyone. Don't take chances. If you feel unsafe about the trade, don't make the trade. Just save the money for tomorrow's pre-market. It's much easier to make money in pre-market. This is a guessing game for the first 5 minutes of market open. Sometimes for the first 10, be aware that the SPY is falling. So it may be a rough open. This stock may go up and drop because of the SPY. Be aware of that. Or it may not go up at all. The market does dictate the direction of most stocks. Some of them go against the SPY. Hopefully this one will. Good luck. Here we go. Let's see what this is going to do here. Looks like it is going to break up through there. Like I said, don't chase green candles. Let's wait for a pullback unless you're brave. You could have got that spike right there. Did we already go into a halt? We did. We went right into a halt. Someone dropped a load, bought a load of stock, drove it up instantly. All right, we're going to look for the next one. Here's one down here moving. Apple. Little expensive. I'm continually watching these top three. We want these percentages to come up to the top. The SPY is dropping. CCC. $1.89 is going up at market open. The SPY is going down, so let's be careful here. If we get a pullback, it may be a good play. I will mark resistance when this candle closes, providing it pulls back. These are sellers. If you don't know about candles, this top wick is sellers driving the price back down. Seems to be struggling a bit. Lots of tall wicks. This one's probably not going to go too far. Good job, Robert. Definitely have a good battle going on here. It wants to go up. I want it to pull back. Let's see which way it goes. I'm watching APPS over here. Let's take a quick look at it. We did have a pullback on APPS. I did not mark it out. The pullback would be here. So the entry would have been down here. Go back to CCC. Strong sell-off on CCC. That's not a good sign. They gave up on waiting for it to rise, so they're getting out. That's why we wait on pullbacks. We don't just buy the green candles. If the buyers get frustrated because the stock's not going up fast enough, they all sell. This is how you get stuck in a trap, lose a lot of money. And it's also the reason I don't chase green candles. ADTX still in a hold. APPS did get the bounce back above 665. So let's see if we can get a retest of 665 on this one. It is going to be a pullback. Let's see if we can get that red candle to close somewhere down in here. The SPY has a big red candle going down. This stock may not can perform. We are retesting 665. Let's see if we get a bounce here. Picked up a quick $200 on that little bounce. Nice pullback play there. Good job, Kenny. Beautiful play. These pullbacks work almost every time. You've got to learn them. ADTX should be resuming here any minute. So if you're stuck in the hold, I'll put you on my prayer list. It may not be so bad because it went into a hold with a lot of buyers, not a lot of sellers. It may gap up on resumption. So be smart about it. If it gaps up on resumption, what do? You cover your profits. Or you get brave and dumb and lose some of them. Or you get brave and you get more out of it. The call is on you. See you later, Jim. Have a blessed day, brother. I'm seeing Fubo down here moving. I'm going to click on it real quick. Fubo is 331, currently moving up. It did have a pullback that we missed. I was waiting on the resumption of ADTX. Good job, Trader 22. Good morning, Island Man. ADTX still down in the halt. It could be a long halt. That it all determines on how many shares were pushed through that halt. So a little bit longer halt than normal. AMD making a move here. You see what I'm doing? I'm only relying on bullish or bearish is what I'm relying on. You got to keep your eyes on these percentages, and you'll find every stock that's moving. Even with the SPY crashing, we're finding winners. Now these percentages are dying out. That means the volatility at open is starting to slow down. AMD is probably going to make another push up here. Volume looks really good on AMD. Nice strong buyers on that one. Let's watch this ADTX, see if it comes out of a halt. Hopefully it gaps up when it resumes. Those of you that are stuck, we did resume. We're up to 888. If I were in the profit that much, I'd be taking it right now. There's that red candle. You can see the buyers don't want it to go down. There's a wick on the bottom. Good job, Skits. Probably going to go up into another halt, it appears. Good job, Mark. Good job, Robert. If you hang out with me in the morning, this is what you learn. You learn how to make money day trading. Come here each morning, repeat the same thing over and over and over until you get it. It's not real hard. I imagine it's harder if you're just beginning, but you should be doing this on paper. Once you get it down on paper, you can start investing your hard-earned money. This is an out to me. This is a get out, take your profit, enjoy the rest of your day. Get out the fishing pole, go fishing. Go do something with your wife, your kids, your family. Take the money and run. So if you remember just a little bit ago, I was saying I'm glad it's bouncing off a resistance and not support. And look what happened when it was bouncing off a resistance. It broke through at market open, went into a halt. And it's holding the price. This is really surprising to me, to be after a halt, to resume and hold the price. There may be more to come out of this stock. I'm not getting the pullback I'd like to see because most of the people probably made their money. But it could bounce again and go into another halt if they keep forcing the issue and keep buying. The sellers are holding back for some reason down here. The buyers are keeping it up. But this is not an entry to me. The entry would be is if it pulled back some, at least down to this level. There's the run up. I told you it wasn't over. They're trying to get it up there. They don't want it to die. If you like what you see, hit the like button for me. Let YouTube know what we got going on over here is good information. Keep my rankings up if you hit the like button. Your help is greatly appreciated. Market's dying down now. The volatility is dying off. We're getting less and less volume spikes. They're all underneath 1%. These are just bouncers. They're not really movers. Bouncing around. ADTX, they're finally giving up on it. That one's done in my book. So the market usually dies around 9 o'clock. Between 9 and 9:30, the market will go dead. And to me, the trading session is over at that point. I don't sit here all day long waiting on something to happen unless I don't have anything to do. This morning I had plenty to do, so I won't be sitting here waiting and hoping that something moves. The money was in pre-market this morning and at market open. A lot of you were blessed with a good paycheck this morning. See you later, Skits. Thank you for joining us. See you tomorrow. See you later, James L. The SPY's bouncing off the bottom. Well, I'm not going to say the bottom because the SPY always creates a new one on a bad day. But we do have a little bounce off of the low of the SPY this morning. Another flow of volume coming in. I'm not seeing any percentages really rapidly rising. CCCC has been trying to get up there. It just can't seem to push through. It's only paying pennies. $1.96 to $1.98. I'd rather save my money for morning instead of trying to collect pennies. Thank you, Al Nelson. Good job, Lance. Have a blessed one. Go to right here. Well, we've already had one pullback. This is the second pullback. It could be an entry. It's a small bounce, though, if you play it. Going to have to break through that resistance level for me to be interested, and it's kind of cheap and not paying very well either. Need at least a dime or 20 cents. Me, I like 50 cents to $1. See you later, Domingo. See you tomorrow. Be safe out there. God bless. INVZ making a run for it here. Struggled at market open. It finally broke through. We need a pullback. It's only paying pennies as well. I tend to shy away from these cheaper stocks. There is money to be made on them if you're beginning. Joel, I'll see if I can get that done for you when the live stream ends. I'll take a screenshot of what you see up here. But if you're trying to do this on one monitor, it's probably not going to work out for you because I don't have Active Trader open over here, and that takes up a lot more space. So you're going to be so crushed trying to fit all this on one monitor, it's not going to be easy for you to trade off of. INVZ still going up. All right, I'll post a screenshot of it later. Raphael, you got to quit buying them green candles. Is that what you did? Sometimes buying them works out, like this stock here, but most of the time it won't. You can't be hesitant when we get a pullback. You got to trust that pullback. That's why I say come here every morning and watch how many times the pullback works. I think you're going to be shocked at how many times it works. I'm even shocked at how many times it works. See you later, Raphael. Have a blessed day. Continue watching spikes. It's probably going to go dead here in a few minutes. You'll see all of these volume spikes fade away like they close the doors. And every now and then you'll see one pop up and make a slight move and disappear. Yeah, never buy into consolidation. That's another one of the rules. Of course, I've never said that, but that's one of my rules is I don't buy consolidation. You have to wait for a breakout out of consolidation, and then you wait for a pullback of that breakout. The nice little pullback here happening on INVZ. I'm late on it. It already happened, but it was only for like a nickel, so no big loss. So the pullback was actually here, and you can see it did return. I was just late on it. So it did a breakout. Was it a good breakout? No, it wasn't very rewarding. So from 248 to 252, 4 cents is not no big loss. You got to pay attention to these prices over here. I like to see 25 cents between the numbers is the ideal number, or 10 cents between the numbers. So you can see CCCC is down here in the high flyers. So is Uber. So is RLX. I can click on it. You can see all of these stocks. I'll just pick one random. You can see that they all are starting to run up. That's what this scan does. It's finding the ones that are running up and may continually run up for a little bit. S at $25 running up. Robert, I am sorted by momentum. CCC, is it a pullback? It probably was, but the run is pretty much at the top. For a cheaper stock, if it gains 20, 30 cents, it's probably going to start consolidating up here. didn't have a real good pullback as it was rising up. It was actually pretty volatile trying to get here. You can see some of the higher price stocks coming into the high flyers now. You can see the higher price stocks moving into the 50-minute momentum scan. Then you just go load them. They're already preset for you. You go to TOS scans in Discord and look them up. Have all of the scans plus more over on Discord and TOS scans. Getting a refresh on the high flyers right now. SAVA still going up. It is 1 minute, and the EXT is checked. I think you're going to fight that battle like the rest of us are. Our scans are so good, it's hard to decide which one needs to be open at all times. That's why I went to multiple monitors so I can keep the best scans, which would pretty much be all of them. But the best ones, you can probably pick out the best 3 or 4, have them open at all times, and never miss a market. It's a lot to keep track of, though. BIEW trying to push up here. This was not a pullback. It was a, I don't know if it's going up kind of move. And then it goes up. So we're at 9:01. I'm expecting all this volume to die away soon. The SPY is barely kicking up off the bottom. Doesn't know which direction to head. I have the 5 and the 13 moving average on the SPY on a 5-minute chart, and the moving averages are reversed. They're not in the proper order. The 5 is below the 13. View, or TAL, is moving up. So take a look at the stocks in this scan. I'll just go down the list. You can see how they're performing. Well, they're actually fading away on me, but they're still in the list. So you can find some good plays here. You just have to monitor them throughout the day and wait for volume spikes in this number 1 or 2 position throughout the day, and you may find a good play. That all depends on how the market is cooperating. DP, if you search for widget launcher, it'll come up. Just search that on Google, widget launcher. You can see the volume gradually fading away. I'm going to go ahead and sort by volume spike up here at the top. So any one of them that's moving could jump up here to the top. The view is still bouncing around, excuse me. Don, that's true, but it's nice to have it today too. I mean, that we're in a tough market situation and we're still pulling out nice winners. Don, if you hang around us, you're going to discover that in pre-market, sometimes we get some bottle rockets. We've had several stocks just do unbelievable things. We had one go from $3.75 to $60 one morning. One went from $4 to $14. They do happen. They're rare, but they do happen in pre-market. And without having a halt in pre-market, it makes for easy money to be made. So the next one that goes, I bet you every one of us jump in that next bottle rocket. You can make a month's pay, maybe 2 months' pay when that happens. Well, that's good news, Thais. I'm glad I could help. I think we're going through the silent treatment now. 907, no volume spikes. Mark, there's too much noise in Bookmap. I like to keep it clean. I don't want to determine size of bubbles. That's what I call it. I don't need anything but to know where the buyers and sellers are, and that's what this does. It tells us where the buyers and sellers are located so that we can join either the buyers or the sellers, depending on if you want to short or buy stocks. It's really not about fancy gadgets and bubbles and lines crossing lines. It's all about where the buyers and the sellers are and price action. The price action would be the pullbacks, planning our entries for the next pop up. They're always a safer bet to play a pullback. And when I'm not teaching this stream, my other screen has one line on it and two arrows. I prefer no indicators. I rely solely on these numbers and pullbacks. I don't need all the bells and whistles, and you'll get that way too once you get used to this system. You won't even be drawing support and resistance lines. You will visually see those things come into play without the lines on the screen. Like I can look up here and see that that's not a pullback. And you'll be able to do that. The longer you do this and stick with the same strategy, you'll soon realize you don't need a bunch of indicators because you've learned volume and price action. That's really all you need to know. Mara paying that another 50 cents today, it looks like. Must have good support at $15. It's been at the bottom of 15, the top of 15 for quite some time now. Dollar, you don't see the pullbacks on this indicator. This indicator is only to tell you if the volume is spiking. The pullback happens over here. There is no pullback in this stock. Well, there's one right here. So if I would have marked it out, it would have been here. And when that red candle closed, I would have marked it here, and it bounced and went back up. The pullback is always on the chart. If you keep participating and watch me do it over and over and over, you'll learn exactly how to do it. I'll take a look at GoTo. That's been several people mentioning it. It is a nice, easy run up. There was a pullback in this area. Well, nope, no pullback. It was a sell-off, consolidation. It went up. Now it's retested this area. So it may not go any higher than here. There's S back on the chart. S is still going. We saw it right in here. It's still going from that point. It's been here in the high flyers the whole time. Robert, no apology needed. We're all here to help each other. Remember that. I don't care if you share, just don't steal the customers over to your paying service. That's my only downfall. You do, Robert. It's on your screen. You have all the pay service you need right in front of you. Thank you, Jaskell, for that comment. We hear that often. It's kind of like paying for a stock streamer service to let you know what's moving. Don't go spend your money somewhere. Just come learn it. That's why I'm here. The Lord has blessed me. The Lord has blessed you. This is what I was instructed to do. Help the people. Thank you very much, guys. And gals. IoT. Not a pullback play, it's a continuation. You see they left the sign of the cross right there. There's the cross. You're welcome, Eddie. APPS, we looked at it earlier. It's still struggling to get up. Ford Motor Company. It's only paying pennies, even though it sounds like a good company. ETPI is at the top of the list up here. Maybe doing a pullback. So that would be resistance. This would be the pullback level here. So from 65 to 75, possible 10 cents. You probably won't get it all, but you may get 5 or 6 cents out of it if it bounces. Robert, I haven't seen one, but there could be one. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. It was a nice, exciting morning. If you didn't join us for pre-market, you missed out on some big bucks. And I'm going to rub that in. If you didn't join us for pre-market, you missed out on some big bucks. Did you hear that? It's time to start waking up early. Waking up pays. It pays very good. Start at 6 a.m. Central Time. Neil, one of the runners was ADTX this morning. I don't really remember stock symbols. I'm watching volume numbers, so sometimes I don't even know the company I'm investing in. So I know ADTX was one. I don't remember the first one this morning. Somebody else does, I'm sure, because they all made money off of it. CCCC. I don't think it was CCCC. I know, it's hard to remember symbols. I never even look at this column. I'm always just searching right here. And then I come over here and I look. And before I know it, I'm in and out, and I don't even know what I bought. Okay, so it was CCCC and ADTX. I'll take your word for it because I don't remember. I don't pay attention to symbols. All right, if it's your first time here, I sign off at 9:30. Hopefully you'll join me again tomorrow morning. We'll do this same thing over again. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do so. That's where I earn a few pennies. The link is in the description. If you haven't liked the live stream this morning, please do so. Help me keep my ratings up. Make YouTube pay me a little bit. They don't pay much. Believe me, they don't pay much at all. Join our Discord channel. Go meet all the other investors. That's also where you'll find all these scripts and scans and indicators. Get set up, be ready for tomorrow. Come and join us every day. Learn the same strategy over and over and over. I'll put you into the money when possible. And hopefully you'll be putting yourself in the money when you learn what's going on here. Once you get it under your belt, if you feel like contributing to the program, it's all voluntary. No money is required. There's a Patreon link on Discord. If you want to do the monthly subscription thing, you can name your price over there. Or you can donate in YouTube by hitting the dollar square down below the chat box you type in, selecting Super Chat, and making your contribution that way. All the money goes right back into the company, helps me keep things going, keeps the ratings up. It makes additions to Discord when we need it. And we just had an upgrade to Discord. We had to up the viewer platform because we ran out of space. So working together, helping each other. We're all one big community. Nobody owns one part of it. I'm giving away all of my stuff. Once you receive it, it's yours. I consider Discord everybody's home. If you want to help and support and you know the answers to the questions, help somebody. Reach out to your friends who's ever struggling. If you know some traders or people that want to learn, reach out to them, bring them on board. The bigger we get, the more powerful we are. And I thank everybody for joining us this morning. I love you too. I love everybody. Everybody knows I love them. And we love the spouses that's got to put up with all the noise you make. The ones that tell you to turn it down. We love you too, spouses. After you show them the money, that spouse will be saying, turn it up. Turn it up. Nice job, Jason, and you're welcome. Thank you, Frank. Good job. 2 days and in the money. Thank you, Greg. Sleek Designer, just hang in there, bro. You'll get it, I promise. Thank you, Gregor. Have a blessed one. And Paul, have a blessed one. Thank you, Jason. May your day be blessed. We appreciate any contributions that you can do. Let's keep it going. That's my theory. I want to keep giving. You can give as well. You don't have to give money. You can give somebody else the knowledge. Not a subscription service. It's a free education, and I want to keep it that way. It does take your help to keep it going because I do have to foot the bill, but I don't ask for money. If you don't have it, you don't have it. If I put you into the money, well, then we can reconsider the option there, right? But everything is free. I want to leave it that way. I want to bless everyone. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, AT. I've got so much going on now. I'm trying to switch all this stuff over to PineScript. I want to pull the TradingView people over here. I do have the t-shirt thing working. I'm trying to get my wife to help me so I can stay caught up on that. Don, you be safe out there on the road. About 20 seconds to go, and I'm going to sign out. I appreciate everyone that joined us this morning. As always, God bless you. Be safe in your trading. Don't take chances. Play the pullbacks. Don't chase green candles. If you made money this morning, turn off your computer. Go do something. Save your profits. It's probably going to start slowing down. You're going to have risk plays the rest of the day, and you got to wait on something to happen. But anyhow, I'm out of here, and God bless you. Bye-bye.